Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel. And today I want to talk about the luxury wristwatch rental scam. And before we go about that there, remember guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing the Patek Philippe World Time in celebration of my birthday tomorrow. So today, guys, I tell you what happened. I kind of formulate ideas for videos over a long time, and one of my really cool fans who actually made a video. He's got his own channel. And it's called what's it called? Let me just find it. Let me find this channel here. He actually had a really good video. It was called, I'll just tell you, he's a UK guy who made a tribute to Archie Luxury video. He's called D Time Love. And he was talking about renting luxury watches. And I've been, you know, there's quite a few rental companies that let you rent luxury watches. And I thought, hey, that's a great idea for a vid, so I want to hand it out to you. Yes, but I've been thinking about that same idea in the past, and I never really got around to it. So take a look at his video. I'll put a link there, and I want to cover the same topic. The luxury wristwatch rental market. So what's happened is there's a couple of companies around. I'm not going to name them to protect the guilty. Basically, they rent wristwatches to you. They're saying, well, instead of buying a luxury watch or buying a collection, why don't you simply rent it and use it for a while and then send it back, and then we'll send you something else, yada, yada, yada. And it all sounds really cool on paper. Sure, it sounds really good. Yeah, you can rent a watch. And they sort of, the way these clubs operate is they have different levels of membership. There's platinum membership, gold membership, and silver. Depending on how much your monthly charges, you get access to the higher priced watches, etc. Or the higher priced and rarer watches. So when you actually sit down and do the sums here, you got to realize that a lot of the time these are really quite expensive. And if you are a smarter consumer, see, what you can do is you can, in fact, buy a certain watch on the used market, enjoy it for a period of time, and then resell it. And I kind of look at that like as a rental myself there. The problem with these rentals is you've got to give a surety, you've got to pay in advance, yada, 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 and it's not your wristwatch. It's not your watch at all. So if something happens, we'll see what happens to you. So I got to be completely honest with you. See, I think that renting luxury wristwatches is just a waste of money. It really is a waste of money. If you really do want a luxury wristwatch, well, you're probably much better off to buy pre-owned, and then if your taste do change, sell. And you should, now this rule only works if you're going to put the legwork in. If you're a lazy consumer who wants to go into the boutique, have the champagne they give you and be sucked up to and yada, 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 then you flick your watch to a dealer, it's not going to work. You're going to lose a lot of money. But if you're savvy enough to know your shit, to buy watches that don't depreciate too much, or buy them once they've had the shit kicked out of them depreciation-wise, then enjoy and then flip. So it's really, the way I look at it is, I kind of look at this as a mental challenge. Are you smarter than the dealer? Are you smarter than the dealer? And this is the whole thing. You buy certain watches. Say, for example, you let's look at a couple of really good examples of depreciation-proof watches. Say you bought a Rolex no-date sub. Okay, you bought that. You may even be able to get a smidgen of a discount. Ooh, pretty unlikely. You could possibly go overseas, claim the tax back. That's one thing you could do. There are certain rules in certain countries. In Australia, you've got to leave the watch overseas for a year. So you've got to leave it over there before you can bring it back without paying the duty again. The other thing you could do is, you can, okay, so you bought this watch, Rolex, no date, even if you didn't, forget the GST thing, because that's extra travel costs, which a lot of uncool people just can't pull it off. So say you bought a no-date sub or a, you know, one of the Rolex, a Batman GMT. They are pretty well bulletproof. The problem is, of course, it's hard to get new examples. So you may have to get used, which I kind of prefer. The problem with the Batman is it's selling for a bit of a premium. Okay, so you've got to really think out your market there. Another great watch to buy would be the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. At the moment, Joma Shop, one of the grey market dealers in America, is selling him for $3,350, $3,350 big box. That's pretty good buying. So you buy that piece, enjoy it, and you probably get your money back. At the moment, Omega is flooding the dealers, so there are a bit around in the grey market, but just wait for that to change. You give it 12 months, 2 years, and they won't be available through the grey market. Omega will clamp up again once the market turns good. That's really kind of a depreciation-proof watch. You look after a Speedmaster Man on the Moon at $3,350, and that thing there is basically going to be depreciation-proof. It ain't fallen nowhere. So then, okay, so then you look at some other things. So say, for example, you buy a IWC. Well, you're buying a used IWC. Boom! Good friend of mine bought an Aquatimer. Great piece. He already bought it, but, you know, really, really fairly. IWC was flavor of the month a while ago, a couple years ago. Now it's kind of fallen out of flavor. Keep it, use it. When it's times to flick it, the whole market dynamics could have changed again, and it's hot once again. So you've got to pick your things there. I got to be honest with you. I think it's much better off, instead of joining one of these wanker rental clubs, you're really better off to do some research, buy a piece. You've got to buy it wisely. I'm not saying go and pay retail. I would, you know, you want to buy it wisely, enjoy it, then you have to resell it. There's no point flicking it to a dealer. A dealer, if you're selling to a dealer, you are selling too cheap, because he's got to add margin to it. He needs to make some coin. He ain't doing this for free, Charlie. He might be in the watch business because he liked watches, but he's there to make money. Money. Grubby, nasty money. So I really think myself, you've got to be a little bit wise to the market. I remember a couple of years ago, I bought a Patek Philippe Calatrava 3944, a quartz Calatrava. I bought it for just under $4,000. I enjoyed it for about 6 months. Couldn't stand the fact it was quartz. Flicked it, and I got my money back. Small premium. And yeah, that's kind of like a rental. So I got to tell you, in all honesty, I think there is scope for renting. I do think renting, but you can't do it through these rental companies. That's just stupid. You've got to really buy things. You either buy things, you've got to buy new. I think the key is Rolex Steel Sports. However, many of the Rolex dealers don't have stock of these damn things, so you're forced onto the secondary market. With Rolex, things like the Explorer 2 is a lot cheaper on the used market. They kind of, that's not the wanted one. So you buy the not so wanted ones. Breguet is a cool brand. Breguet is so damn cool. But, you know, a Breguet chronograph Type 20 is like a 14,000 Aussie. It's about, what's that? 10, 11,000 US dollar watch. On the used market, they have. So, you know, if you bought it at the low price, is it going to halve again? I don't think so. A Breguet is a great watch. So in my opinion there, instead of joining one of these silly rental clubs or, you know, fooling yourself, you're really better off to do a bit of research, watch the Archie Luxury channel, buy a piece pre-owned, enjoy it for a while, and then flick it if you wanted to. But don't become a flipper. If you keep flipping these things, these dealers aren't your best friend. You know, it's kind of like someone who goes and buys a new car, then 6 months later, oh, I'd like something else, trade it in. Wow, you gotta be shafted. You gotta sell that car yourself. You gotta do it yourself. In my country, we use car sales. You buy it used, then you present it well, and you flick it yourself. You don't want car dealer. Car dealer's going to make money for himself. Same with these used watches. You got to have the sense and the balls to pull these deals off. You can't just flip and change. You will do your shirt. So as far as I'm concerned, these rentals, wristwatch rentals, what do I think of this idea? I don't like him at all. I don't like it at all. I think it's a scam. It's a scam for morons. It's a scam for morons who are lazy and don't want to do their own research. It's a scam for lazy individuals. So my view is, it is dumb, it's silly, it's not the way to do watches. It's stupid. I'm Paul Pluta, Archibald Chesterfield III. Tell me what you guys think of that.